you for listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show.
Here, I know you're gonna dig this.
They go to second for one, and now they got the man trapped in third and tag him out. And second and two, handoff goes to McCaffrey up the middle, finds a little room, lot more room, and he's off to the races.
Welcome to the In the Zone Sports Talk Radio Network. You're listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show with your host, Kate Dix from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with the large heart, and co-host Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida. Also co-hosting Murray E. Baskerville from Gotta Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. These are your hosts, bringing you the ultimate in sports news for the ultimate sports fan. Be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Now sit back and prepare to get into another episode of the Just Us Sports Talk Show.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing out there? Hey, this is K Dix coming to you as the host with the most. I want to apologize about yesterday's show. Some things came up at work, and I had to take care of work first, because without work, ain't no show. I need to get that grind on. I need to make that money. I gotta make that bag in order for me to do what I want to do. What is my passion? It is sports. So welcome again to a Tuesday, not a Monday, but a Tuesday. Before I go on, I want to let everybody know that next Monday we won't have a show. I'll be on vacation. Destination unknown to others. I just will be on vacation. All right. Simple as that. Also, I want to give a shout out to my boy Murray Baskerville. Won't be here with us tonight. His mother's in the hospital. Make sure you say a prayer for her. Let her know that we're thinking about her, that we're loving her, that we're praying for her, that everything comes well. Everything's well for her while she has her little stint in the hospital. So that's why Murray won't be here. Dana should be here soon. I think he should be coming on. He said he was good for today. So if not, I'm a lone wolf. I can do this thing by myself. We are on Facebook today live. So if you got any questions or concerns you want to hit us up, just hit us up on it, and I'll try to answer them the best way I know how. Also, today is my wedding anniversary. It's number 25, baby. It's 25. Yeah. 25 kind of special. Kind of special. You know what I'm saying? And I forgot yesterday what today was, because I wouldn't have did my show today. But when you got 25 years in, they let you slide a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They let you slide. So I did get some flowers and things like that. You know what I'm saying? We were supposed to go out to eat. She's like, nah, I don't think I'm gonna go out to eat today. Be too late, 8 o'clock, be too late. I don't want that on my stomach. I said, okay, cool, no problem. We can do it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But again, I want to say happy anniversary to my wife, Leslie R. Dixon. For 25 years. It's been a journey, I must say, for myself and for my wife. I must say that we are definitely best friends at this point in our life. And we pretty much share everything together. And it wasn't like that at first, but as time goes on, you get to that point. So not only she's my wife, she's my best friend. And again, we share a lot of intimate secrets and stuff to each other, and we keep it within each of us. So again, I want to let her know I love her very, very much. About her in my life is incomplete. I'm sorry, as simple as that. I don't know if I am the man I am if it wasn't for her. Okay. So again, Happy anniversary, Leslie. Love you. And it is what it is. Also, on another sad note, I lost another cousin over the weekend, April Haston Richardson. Richards, excuse me. April Haston Richards, cousin of mine's, passed away over the weekend. Um, Tough pill to swallow again. Been second cousin in less than 2 weeks. That I've lost, and it's it's hard. It's very disheartening to lose family members. We know we live to die, so we want to try to live our life the best way we know how. But I want to let April know. I want to let Lisa know. I want to let all my cousins, all of them know that we love them. We're praying for them, and if you need anything, you know where we're at. Just a phone call away. Just a phone call away. Okay. So getting to that point, I'm waiting on Dana to come on, but I don't know where Dana's at. So I'm going to talk a little baseball real quick. Let me pull this up for you guys. Give me a second. And of course, we always do our Black History moment as well. And I wait for Dana to come on, hopefully, and then we can share his moment, and I can share my moment. But let's talk a little baseball right now. So in the Major League standings in 2023 season, right now in the American League, you got the Tampa Bay Rays who are 43-19, 26-6 at home. They burn it up at home, but they're only 17-13 on the road. That's not good. I mean, they're only 4 games above 500, but they're on lightning fire at home. And this is the team, ladies and gentlemen, that is talking about leaving Tampa to go to Canada, to Montreal, to somewhere else other than Tampa. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you got the Tampa Bay Lightning, and you got the Tampa Bay Rays. You got Tampa Bay Rays. Only thing you're missing is a basketball team. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, the Floridians down there are not going to baseball games. You know, and we know that Florida is a melting pot of everybody that live up north, probably that want to move down south, because they don't like the cold weather, and they want to move down south. So Tampa is one of those places. If you've never been to Tampa, you need to go. Tampa is a beautiful, beautiful place. I have a friend who lives in Tampa. Well, went down there. I could have stayed down there. And if there's a city that I would like to live in further south than South Carolina or North Carolina, it would definitely be Tampa. I'm skipping Georgia. Period. I'm sorry. I'm skipping Georgia. I'm going straight to Florida. Now one problem with Tampa though is like it kind of rains every day. It's not what's that song? It never rains in Southern California, but it rains in Southern Tampa Bay. You know what I'm saying? It rains there quite frequently. But it's a beautiful city. It's really, really nice down there. If you go visit, I guarantee you won't be disappointed in your visit to Tampa. But anyway, let's get back to what we're talking about. But anyway, so they won 3 games in a row. They're 6-4 in the last 10. You got the Baltimore Orioles, who some people are surprised they're winning. I'm not surprised because they was winning at the end of last year. They're just building on what they did at the end of last year. They're 37-22. The 4.5 games out of first place. It's 17-12 at home, 20-10 on the road. See now they 17-12 at home, 20 on the road, 20-10 on the road. So that means they go on the road. Is it the pressure of playing at home for the Baltimore Orioles to give them the 17-12 record? Because when you're away from home, you feel a little lax. You know what I'm saying? And I know that you got Baltimore Orioles fans that moved all over the world, all over the country to watch that team play. So maybe it's not that much pressure, even though you have fans in other city, you got fans in other area codes that watch you play. But they won 1 game, they're 5-5 in the last 10. You got the New York Yankees who beat the Dodgers 2 out of 3 over the weekend. They're 36-25. The 6.5 games out of first place. They're 19-13 at home, 17-12 on the road. They won 2 games, they're 64 in the last 10. In the Central Division, you got the Minnesota Twins who are 31-29. 18 and 14 at home, 13 and 15 on the road. Lost 2 games in a row. They're 5-5 in the last 10. You got the Cleveland Guardians, who are 27 and 32 in second place, right? 3.5 games out of first place, right? They're 12 and 15 at home, 15 and 17 on the road. But this is the thing, man. They're minus 31. That means they're not making any runs. They won 2 games in a row. They're 6 and 4 in the last 10. So that means they're winning like 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, something like that. Because that differential is not it's kind of bad. But if you look at the rest of the division, the Central Division, they're 31. They're minus 31. Tigers are minus 69. The White Sox are minus 47, and the Kansas City Royals are minus 78. Kansas City Royals are 18 and 42. I wonder, could be the second worst team in the American League? In the West, you got the Texas Rangers, who are 39 and 20. 20 and 8 at home, 19 and 12 on the road, which is decent. A plus 153 in runs differential. They're 1-4 in the row. They're 8-2 in the last 10. You got the Houston Astros are 36 and 24. 3.5 games out of first place, 18 and 14 at home, 18 and 10 on the road, plus 65 differential. 1-1 game, 7-3 in the last 10. You got the Los Angeles Angels, who are 31 and 30, 9 games out of first place, 15 and 13 at home, 16 and 17 on the road, 1-3. They're plus 3, 1-1 game to 3 and 7 in the last 10. The Angels got to do something, you know what I'm saying? Because come trade deadline, I don't know if Shody gonna stick around. Shody said, "Show me that you want me to be where I'm be, or you gonna have to trade me." That's a little rhyme. There's a little rhyme there. Little rhyme. I got a little bit, you know. I got a little bit. I can rhyme. I can spit just a tiny little bit. Just a tiny little bit I can spit. I'm not a rapper per se, but you know, I can. Just a little bit like Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall type of thing. You know what I'm saying? That's how I roll. That's just me. I ain't no singer. I ain't no rapper, but you know, I'm just saying. So I'm really disappointed in Seattle Mariners, 29-30, 10 games in first place. They're plus 3, lost 3 in a row, 4 seasons last 10. I thought Seattle would be a team to be reckoned with in the West. The way they ended the season last year, playing really well, playing really good baseball. And now they've not did what they did. Who has enough to trade? Oh, you got bars. What's up, Christopher? How you doing, Mr. Dinkins? Thank you for the comments. Mr. Dinkins should be coming on our network really soon. Hopefully get him on really soon. It might be after I come off of vacation, but we've sat down and talked. We came to agreement. So if you like Chris, and his co-host, and I think if Chris, correct me if I'm not wrong, your co-host got engaged or got married just recently. If she did, tell I said congratulations, man. Congratulations. I'm on my 25th anniversary right now, brother, doing the show. All right. So again, the Texans are 39 and 20, rocking and rolling, looking good. In the National League, in the East, you got the Atlanta Braves with 35 and 24. Got a little itch in my ear there. Atlanta Braves are 35 and 24. They're 15 of now. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to this. They're 15 and 14 at home, but 20 and 10 on the road. A plus 63. Won 2 games in a row, and 5 and 5 in the last 10. Miami Marlins are 33 and 28. 3 games out of first place. 19-13 at home. 14-15 on the road. A minus 34. Run differential, 1-4 games in a row, 8-2 in the last 10. The Mets, the Phillies, and the Nationals are just sitting there right now. Yeah, one of my friend, he's a Philly fan, right? He called me up. He said Trey Turner just hit a home run last night, and Trey Turner did this last night. And I'm like, yo, bro, you played. I think they played Detroit Tigers or somebody, and Detroit Tigers are 26-32. They're like almost. Not in last, but close to last. But you bragging about them beating the Tigers? Come on, bro. You know, Trey Turner, y'all paid him all that money. He better start hitting the home runs. You know what I'm saying? But right now, they're 28 and 32. Their run differential is minus 31. They're 1-3 in a row. They're 5-5 in the last 10. Okay. In the Central Division, The Pittsburgh Pirates is back up and running. Yo, they doing this thing. They doing the roller coaster thing. You know what I'm saying? They going up, coming down, going up, coming down, going up, coming down. They doing this roller coaster thing. You know what I'm saying? So Pittsburgh Pirates is 32-27, 16-13 at home, 16-14 on the road, a plus 11 win differential, won 6 games in a row, 7-3 in the last 10. They are ready. Yo, somebody said that Pittsburgh was going to fall hard on one of these sports pages. I just sat back and listened. I'm not a Pittsburgh Pirate fan, but I just watched them, listen, learn, and maybe I might learn something. But man, I think you're wrong because they're coming back 6 in a row. Matter of fact, I believe they're the hottest team in MLB right now. And you got the Milwaukee Brewers who are 32-28, half game out of first place. They are 16-12 at home, 16-16 on the road, a minus 21 run differential. Lost 1 game, 5-5 in the last 10. You got Cincinnati Reds. Listen to this, lady. Cincinnati Reds are 27-33. They're 5.5 games out of first place. 15-17 at home, 12-16 on the road, a minus 33, won 1 game to 64 in the last 10. Chicago Cubs, what's going on, bros? Y'all supposed to be up there with you and the Mets supposed to be up there doing y'all thing. Y'all not doing y'all thing. Y'all not doing y'all thing. St. Louis Cardinals were doing something there for a minute, but now they're in last place at 25-36. 8 games out of first place, 12-16 at home, 13-20 on the road, a plus 2. Lost 4 in a row, 3-7 in the last 10. Out west, my Dodgers. I'm sorry, my the Arizona Cardinals are 30. Arizona Diamondbacks are 35-25. They're 20-14 at home, 15-11 on the road. They're plus 19 run differential. Lost 2 in a row. They're 64 in the last 10. My Dodgers, Los Angeles Dodgers are 35-25, tied for first place, 20-10 at home. 15-15 on the road. I told you guys that their road that's gonna be a dangerous thing for them on that road. They got a team and they're just staying afloat right now. I don't know what they're waiting on, but they're just staying afloat. They're staying afloat. You know what I'm saying? They're right there. They're 50-50 on the road. They're plus 55 differential. Lost 2 in a row, 4-6 in the last 10. They lost to the Yankees they lost 2 in a row to the Yankees. The game 3 was a tight one all the way to the 7th inning, and one of the guys from the Yankees did a bunt and they threw the ball all the way behind second base, first base, and they ended up scoring. And I think the game ended up being 3-1 or something like that. You know, Giants are 29-30, 5.5 games out of first place. You got the San Diego Padres who are 28-32, 7 games out of first place, 14-17 at home, 14-15 at home, plus 12, won 1 game, 5-5 in the last. Then you got the Colorado Rockies, 26-35. 9.5 games out of first place, 15-14 at home, 11-21 on the road, a minus 71, lost 1, 4-6 and 10 in the last 10. Now, I got to talk about these Padres because there's a guy out here by the name of Mancini, who is a diehard San Diego Padre fan. Talk trash after they beat us in the playoffs last year. Talk trash this year. He just talked trash. But Mancini, what I'm saying to you right now is, if the Padres are built to beat the Dodgers, what about the rest of the teams in the MLB? Are y'all built to beat them? Because 28-32 don't look good. Now y'all got Tatis back. He's been back long enough to y'all should have made a run or something like that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Should have made a run. That's all I'm saying. Should have made some type of run. Didn't make a run, but it is what it is. Maybe you'll make a run later on down the line. You know what I'm saying? Things can happen. You got the wild card teams, because prediction had the Padres winning the West, and they was the only team that's supposed to get in the playoffs in the West. You know what I'm saying? So if you look at, let's just go look at right now. If the playoffs were to start right now, if playoffs were to start right now, your wild card teams in the American League would be the Baltimore Orioles and the Houston Astros. The Yankees just right out of there by half a game. In the American League, nationally, you got the Dodgers and Diamondback tied for first place, and then you got the Marlins and the Brewers, and you got the Mets, the Giants, and the Padres and Phillies all down at the bottom down there. They all the way down at the bottom. I'm just saying, if you predicted that, if you look at it right now, I know it's still the regular season. I know the season's still young. We're in June right now, where it's not that hot outside for baseball players. But you know, the only difference this year with baseball is that you get to play everybody this year. I don't agree with it. I think they need to go back. Chris, I don't know if you're still watching or not, but Chris, what's your thoughts on and Chris, you can call in if you want to. Number is 512-543-4662 and give me your thoughts on if you okay with how the MLB has it that everybody plays everybody this year. Um, and to me, I think that takes away the steam of the World Series when you don't really know what you know about a team that you don't know about. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just saying. When you play them, then you know what to expect. You play them 3 out of 4 games, you know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? There's no the strategy is not there no more because you already okay. Well, we know we're gonna pitch him here. We know we're gonna pitch him there. We're gonna put bat him here. He's gonna be the DH for this guy. He's gonna be the if you never meet him, that's where the strategy comes in, man. That what makes it so much better for me, in my opinion. That makes it much better, in my opinion. I'm just saying that that's just my opinion. And in my opinion, don't mean a lot to a whole lot of people. It just means something to me. Also, in baseball, I mean softball, in NCAA women's softball, we have Oklahoma Sooners playing against the Florida State Seminoles for the World Series in softball. I don't know if there's softball, professional softball for ladies, but when you go to college and you play softball and you leave college, what do you do after that? I mean, if softball is your thing, you know, if you good at softball, why haven't we started a softball league, professional softball league? If there is one out there, I have not heard of it. Um, and I'm saying I don't know what the major leagues can do something. They can go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? Get a get a major league softball team going. Because now the thing about it is when can they play? That might be an issue. You know what I'm saying? That might be an issue because you know they got to play in warm weather, and I don't know. Maybe that's why they don't have one because now you have to choose from softball to baseball. But if you have baseball in cities that don't have if you have softball in the cities that don't have baseball, when you get attendance, when you get people to come and watch them play, I would think you would. I would think you would. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's just my thoughts. Just my thoughts. So I'm waiting on Dana. Dana's not calling in just yet. So let me go ahead and knock off my my Black History moment right now. My Black History moment is by Bessie Coleman. Bessie Coleman, first black civilian to become a licensed plier. Bessie Coleman was born in Atlanta, Texas in 1892. Grew up in a family of 13 children. The big family. Oh, they was getting it in, baby. Ooh, yeah. Coleman had dreams of soaring through the air, so she went to France in 1919 to find a flight school willing to teach her. When she returned to USA in 1921 as the first black civilian to be licensed pilot in the world, Coleman was met with press coverage and attention. She used her platform to do events like parachute jumps, giving lectures, all of them aimed to opening a African American flying school. Coleman would only perform for a desegregated crowd. She died in 1926 doing a test flight. So she died doing what she loved. And the thing about it is, she had to go to France. She had to go to France to learn how to fly a plane. 1921. We know what the time frame was like. You know what the temperature was back in 1921. The roaring 20s, they say. So she had to leave and go to France. So just think about how much money she spent just to get to France to learn how to fly and come back to the United States and be denied the right to fly a plane. And that's how she ended up dying during a test flight. No, sad but true. Sad but true. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get down to some nitty gritty. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. So, Dana's not here, so we can't talk about the Miami Hurricane schedule, but I can talk about the Penn State schedule because I'm a Penn State fan. Penn State Nitty Line football, and I think that's pretty much the only team in Pennsylvania I root for. Is the Nitty Line football team, and I'm trying to root for them because my uncle went to Penn State. He went there with Franco Harris and Lydell Mitchell and all them guys. So that's kind of why I kind of like Penn State, because my uncle went there during that time frame. You know what I'm saying? That's the only team in Pennsylvania I like when it comes to sports. Other than my Harrisburg Mighty Fighting Cougars. I'm alumni of Harrisburg High. Black and gray all day, every day. I defend to the end. Defend to the end. And I got a story to tell you about them when I get a chance. So I'm looking at Penn State's schedule. And they're playing West Virginia. That's my boy Patrick Hodges' team. I don't know if they're ready for us just yet. And I'm gonna give that a W. And I'm gonna then we got Delaware at home. Give that a W. Then we go to Illinois, Illini, W. Then we got Iowa at home. That's a tricky game. That's one of them games right there, because you're looking at their 3-0 right now. And I don't know where Penn State ranked right now. And I tried to look it up. I couldn't find anything about where they're ranked or anything like that. So I don't know where they're ranked. So if I were to just say right now, if I had to guess about where Penn State would be ranked right now, I would probably have to say oh man. Let's say 15 through 18, maybe. I'm just saying. So with 3 wins like that, they can get down to maybe. They might get down if they're let's say they're at 18. They get to 15 with these 3 wins, because somebody's gonna lose in the top 20. Now you got the Iowa game, and that game's at home, and Iowa always gives Penn State a run for their money. I mean, a run for their money. But I think Penn State gets them this year with that running back, that dual running back they got right up them 2 young men up Penn State. The running backs they got, they're gonna do some damage. I give Penn State a W. Then they go to Northwestern. Northwestern's one of them teams Northwestern's one of them teams that that plays really good sounding football. They're not fancy at what they do. They sometimes they come in with a running quarterback, sometimes they don't. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the last time they played Northwestern last year, the quarterback got hurt, and then the backup quarterback got hurt. I think that was the case. But then we got. So I'm gonna give that a W. Then October 14th. This is the game right here. This is the trap game. This is a trap game because they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're 5-0 right now. So they're sitting right around number 10, between 10 and 12, right? And they got Ohio State. No, I'm sorry. They got UMass at home. Trick game. They got this trick game. So they gotta come out and win this game right here. They gotta come out and win this game at the first quarter. They gotta put these guys down real quick, because they let them stick around, they made them losing the game. But I'm gonna give it a W. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're 6-0 right now. So they're pretty much halfway through the season, because they got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's see. 7, 8, 9, 10. So they got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They got 6 more games left, ladies and gentlemen. So they're halfway through the season. Okay. Now here come the test. At Ohio State, October the 21st. At Ohio State. Ohio State got some number. unless we're gonna have some great defense coming through. If our defense can do well and keep people from not scoring, we got a chance. But I gotta give it a L until they can prove me different. We lose that game. Now we're probably at number 10, 12, somewhere around there. Right. I'm just saying. Now, well, if they're 6-0, I'm gonna give them 8, 9. No, I'm giving 6-0. I'm gonna give them, if they're 6-0, I'm gonna give them 7. I'm there at number 7. They lose Ohio State. They, depending on how they lose Ohio State, I'll say they're bumping back to 10. Then they got Indiana. Indiana's tough because they always have a running quarterback, but they always give Penn State a run for the money. I'll give you that. That's at home. W. Next up, we got the Maryland Terrapins. Maryland and Penn State don't like each other. It's a love-hate thing. I don't know when this happened, because Maryland's never been Penn State's rival at all. Penn State's rival has always been Pitt, in my opinion, and Ohio State. There's never been no other rival than those two. But Maryland wants to be the big dog. They want some to push with the big dogs. And last year they got smacked around. So I'm gonna give Penn State another W. Now they come up to Michigan. They got Michigan at home. November. That's a Saturday, November 11th. 12 p.m. at home. The Big Blue comes into Penn State rocking. Penn State rocking and rolling. That place gonna be rocking and rolling because they only got one loss now. They only got one loss. They only got one loss. And last year they was in the game to the second half. Second half they got blown out. That stadium's rocking. You got that stadium rocking. You know what I'm saying? Got the stadium moving from the left to the right, jumping up and down. You got a white. I'm definitely gonna be a whiteout. I'm telling you, gonna be a whiteout. I'm just letting you know there's gonna be a whiteout because they only got one loss now. I'm gonna say Penn State comes through and wins this game close. W. Then I look at Rutgers. W. Michigan State. W. Penn State got one loss. They got one loss. Now, if they got that one loss, that puts them in the top 5, maybe. And we already know that the playoffs got extended to 6 games, 16 now, something like that. I don't know. They got some 6 games. I don't know what they got going on right now. You know what I'm saying? They just change things up all the time. And so I don't know exactly what they got going on with the scheduling, but I'm gonna say this to you. Penn State can they can have a great year this year. The reason why I'm saying that, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 5 away games. The game, Penn State game, Ohio State game is the key. That's the key. If Penn State has enough players that can back up anybody that gets hurt, like the offensive line can't be in turmoil. The offensive line got to be healthy, okay? And if they are, then they can make things happen. They can make things happen that way. If not, they're going to have some issues. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have some serious issues going on. So we'll see where that goes from there. And I'm going to say this right here. If we can get this thing rolling and we can have our defense play great defense, I don't know if they can deal with the Georgias, the Alabamas right now, or the TCUs, or Ohio States, or teams like that. I don't know if they can deal with them. But it's a stepping stone in the right direction because the recruiting is going to be outstanding. The transfers portal is going to be outstanding because they were like, Joe, Penn State got to the playoffs, and I can go there and make that team great or make that team better than what they already are now. So let me go ahead and just get in that portal and jump on over to Penn State and become a greater player than what I'm already am, because they just need a piece here, a piece there, and we can make a thing happen. So he can start a little dynasty run if you want to. If you want to get that thing rolling like that, he can. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, just give it a good college try, and see where we end up at, because what's the worst thing can happen? They can win a national championship. You know what I'm saying? And you look at Georgia. Georgia won a national championship, and them dudes is loaded up again. They're loaded up. I mean, loaded up. It don't stop coming for them guys. It just don't stop coming. Right now we're gonna give you a little commercial break here, let you know what's going on with In the Zone Sports Talk Radio, by way of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Hello, and thank you for tuning into the In the Zone Sports Talk Show Network LLC, where you can find the best in sports talk television and radio shows. Mondays, check out the Just Us Sports Talk Show from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with your hosts, Kevin L. Dixon and Dana Clark. Then Tuesday, we have the Stars Talking Cowboys Sports Show from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern with your hosts, Sean Fox, K Boogie, and Cowboys Nicky. And on Wednesday, tune in for the Out the Block Sports Talk Show from 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with hosts Robert Lewis, Donna Hainsworth, and Brett Shields. Then meet up with us on Saturday for the Enhanced Sports Talk Show from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern with hosts Lou Tenor and Steve Davidson. We also have the DMV Sports Talk Show from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern with your host, Razul McGee. As well, we have the Shamrock Sports Talk Show from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern with Igor Mitic and Andy Vernon. Finally, rounding out the week, we have on Sunday, That's Not How We See It Sports Talk Show from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern with your host, Alfred Wallace, Tony Wallace, and Harold Robinson III. These shows come to you by way of the In the Zone Sports Talk Show Network LLC. Be sure to download the Try99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you have our lineup for the week? Again, we're bringing on Christopher Dinkins, and his co-host will be also coming on, as far as I know. And you got my man, Smitty Schmidt, should be coming on real soon. We'll probably have everything finalized by the time I get back off of vacation, and add some more flavor to the flavor that we already got. That's flavor, just us. It's just think about it. It's just us for real. You know what I'm saying? It's just us. But anyway, let's talk about my man, James Harden. James Harden. Dude is torn between free agency and staying with the 76ers. If I'm not a Sixers fan, so I could really care less what James Harden does. But as a sports fan, why would you want to go to Houston? They got a great coach. I ain't gonna lie. They got my man Emu Udoka down there. They got some talent down there. They got some young talent down there. And they got money, right? They got all that down there. But what's coming down there with you if you go down there? I'm just saying. They're saying that they think he's torn between joining the Rockets or returning to Philadelphia 76ers. I'm just going to read something to you. I'm going to say this. After he threw Doc Rivers under the bus, I have no respect for James Harden whatsoever. Even though Doc didn't get it done, he's won a title. And I'm going to say this. Even though he hasn't had a good series when he was up 3-2, and went closing out series. Let's look at the teams that he had, and look at the teams they lost to. Were those teams better than the team he had? I want to say yes. I'm just gonna say yes about that. I'm not 100% sure on the yes, but I'm gonna say yes on that. And hopefully somebody can post something on the page and say, Kev, you wrong. This team or that team or this team or that team was this team or that team. I'm gonna say, okay. And then I'm gonna go dig a little deeper, find out what happened, why they lost the way they lost, to who they lost to, why they lost, right? Because James Harden didn't show up in game 6, game 7. He showed up in game 1 and he hit that jump shot in the corner where Jaylen Brown shouldn't have never doubled him, and it would have been gentleman sweep in my opinion, but they won that game. But anyway, this is what it says right here. One of the central questions in the upcoming NBA offseason has centered around veteran point guard James Harden. Will he stay in Philadelphia and chase a championship with Joel Embiid, or will he return to Houston Rockets and hope to be able to surround him with enough talent to contend for a playoff appearance? You're not even the first. You're not the first or second, in my opinion, with Philly. You're not the first option. Joel Embiid is. You're not second option. Maxey is. So you're probably the third option. Okay, in my opinion. I don't think he knows as far as what I know about this mindset. I really think that he's torn with the prospect of staying in Philly or moving on to Houston, potentially and returning back to his home. That's where his roots are. His family is there, of course. They've got upwards to $60 million in cap space. They could make even more money available, close to $70 million in cap space. So if they are going to have a ton of money, and this is a team in Houston, I do believe they're going to be aggressive in the market. To add, the Sixers have Embiid. Barring some sort of shocking trade, the Rockets wouldn't be able to pair Harden with the MVP winner superstar on a level Sixers transcending center. The Sixers also have a new coach in Nick Nurse, a former title winner with the Toronto Raptors, and a strong support cast highlighted by players like Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris, PJ Tucker, and D'Anthony Milton. I'm gonna say this: I think Tobias Harris will probably be gone. PJ Tucker might be gone if they're going to get better. The talent in this place right now to compete for a championship. The Rockets have a lot of cap space, but none of the top potential free agents on the market. Kyrie Irving, there's no way Harden is going to sign up for another go around with the sometime former team plays. Kristaps Porzingis, Fred VanVleet, Chris Middleton, Draymond Green, Jeremy Grant, Nikola Vucevic move the championship needle like Embiid. Granted, the Rockets have enough intriguing young players and future draft capital to be major players if any superstar tried to force their way to a new situation via trade. Some combination of signings and trades could have the Rockets in a position to be instant contenders around Harden. But that requires aggressive offseason for Houston and a lot of moves going its way. Sixers, meanwhile, are already built to compete. Houston's edge, of course, is the years Harden spent in the city and his familiarity and the comfort with the area franchise. There's no place like home, as a cliche would goes. Granted, it's possible the rumors like Harden to Houston are simply a leverage play for the star point guard as he looks to secure a max deal with Philly. His partnership with Embiid was incredibly fruitful. Embiid was this past season's scoring champion at 33.1 points per game. Harden was the most effective player at 10.7 assists per game. For purely basketball standpoint, Philly is a better option for Harden than Houston, at least at the moment. But a lot can change in the course of the NBA season. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to get your opinion on that. What do you think Harden should do? Do you think he should stay in Philly, or do you think he should move? I think that Harden ran his course with Philly. Put Maxey at that point and go out there and get you another free agent, whoever it may be, and let's get it popping. Let's get it rocking and rolling. As simple as that. I don't know if Harden's that dude for them. I mean, I just don't know. He had some costless turnovers in the games against the Celtics. Now he played the first game like the old Harden that we knew of, 45, 10, and whatever. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give him credit on that first game. He played that game to the T. Then the game was 4. I think hit the game winning shot in the corner there with Jaylen Brown. Didn't stay with his man, said letting Embiid do a thing because Al Harford had Embiid pulling the shorts, sucking air that game, and James Harden bailed him out with that 3. So he ended up going to game 7. But I think that his time in Philly has gone astray. Like I said again, I don't have respect for him, how he threw Doc Rivers under the bus. Even though Doc is the coach, he don't play the game. You play with who you have. And sometimes if you don't know, you look down the bench. Sometimes you look behind the bench because you're looking for that one player that can get you over that hump. Sixers didn't have that guy. They thought they had it in Embiid. I mean, they thought they had it in James Harden, but they didn't have it in him. Okay, against the Celtics, they didn't have it in him. So I'm just saying, I think he takes the bag and he goes to Houston. I think he's probably made peace with himself that he probably would never win an NBA title if he goes to Houston. If he goes to Houston, he's going to go for the bag. Because I don't think the Sixers are going to give him exactly what Houston's going to give him. But there was talk that he took less money because they was going to give him the bag this year, which they ain't supposed to be doing, but they did anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know about James Harden. I really don't know. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this right here. James Harden's going to do what's best for James Harden, and I don't think that's staying in Philadelphia. I really don't. I see him going somewhere else. Draymond Green. What you guys think gonna happen to Draymond Green? Is Draymond Green gonna shuffle? He gonna shuffle himself off to LA and play with maybe they call him the GOAT. I just call him LeBron James, the King. They call him the King, not the King, but the King. You know, so they call him the King. Is there a possibility of him going there? And I gotta say this about the GM who stepped down and moved on. And there's pursuit for him again somewhere else within the league. But he said he stepped down because he wanted to take some time for himself. He wanted to spend time with his family. And we know all doggone well he didn't want to make the hard decisions. He didn't want to make no hard decisions on Draymond Green's contract. He didn't want to make no hard decisions on trading Klay Thompson. He didn't want to make no hard decisions on Jordan Poole. He didn't want to make no hard decisions on none of that. He didn't want to be a part of that because now this is where the job gets hard for you. You know, so the job is hard. The job is hard when you got to make the hard decisions. That's one thing I can say about Danny Ainge. He ain't got no problem making no hard decisions with the boss cells. Because the thing about it is, if you don't win championships, it don't make sense. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. When you come to Boston, you say, look here. We brought you here because we think that you can help us win a title. But if you can't help us win a title, then we're going to ship you out to find somebody else that can. And that's just how we do things here in Boston. But when it's easy, and you ain't got the only thing I do is sign guys to a contract, you know what I'm saying? And not even worry about where they're going this year or where they're going that year, anything like that. It gets a little tough for you. It's tough then. You know, you gotta sit back and say, oh man, do I really want to? Do I really want to do this? Do I really want to separate this team? Is this team really a dynasty team? Is this really a dynasty team that we're working with? Now, like I said, these are hard questions. These are the tough questions that need to be answered, and he is not in the position to answer them. And I'm like, yo, it was easy before. Now you got to answer these hard questions. So why not answer them, bro? Don't take the easy way out and step down. You know what I'm saying? You leaving money on the table because you're stepping down. They ain't firing you. They ain't gonna let you go. They ain't gonna fire you. But the thing about it is, somebody gonna come and get you. It's a definite that you're gonna get got by somebody. But that's the reason why I'm saying that he stepped down is because he didn't want to make the hard decisions. He reminds me of Dick Vermeil when he won the Super Bowl with the St. Louis Rams because he didn't want to cut nobody from the team, so he stepped down and gave it to Mike Martz. So he's a Dick Vermeil in NBA, but he ain't crying because he going to the bank he going to the Brinks truck with the bag. It's simple as that. Golden State. Let's keep it real, guys. Let's keep it real with y'all. We still gonna talk some more NBA. We're still gonna talk some more NBA as time goes on. You know what I'm saying? We just touching the surface right now. We're just touching the surface. So, John Morant, ladies and gentlemen, I need to know. Somebody talk to me. Somebody tell me something about John Morant. Is 25 games? They saying maybe 25 games suspension. Is 25 games enough? Or 25 games not enough? Should it be 25 minus or 25 plus? It's coming out that his mom is the reason why he's trying to be a gangster. John Morant, you ain't no gangster. You may live in Memphis, but you ain't no gangster from Memphis, boy. You ain't no gangster. And mom, I don't know how old you are, but I'm gonna find out. Because John Morant's got to be what? He's in the 4th season, maybe 3rd, 4th season. So that if he did a one and done, he came out at 18. So that makes him what, 22, 23, 20? No, I'm sorry, he's 23 years old. And again, I can't relate to being a 23-year-old, right? Because when I was 23 years old, I was in the military, and I was living a whole different type of lifestyle than what they live right now. You know what I'm saying? I had to be accountable for my every move. Everywhere I went, I had to be accountable for. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different, I can't relate to the situation he's going through. But if his mom is the reason why that you went to the mall with a gun, you're John Morant, bro. Only thing I do is pick up the phone and say, yo, man, it's just Mr. Morant. I'm having some problems at the mall with my mom. Can I please get a police officer here to find out what's going on? And the thing about it, if the guy disrespects your mom, then you gotta sit down and talk to the dude. Say, yo, man, don't, you ain't gotta disrespect my mom like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what my mom said to you, but you ain't gotta disrespect her because he probably have a mom and he don't want nobody to disrespect his mom. If somebody disrespects his mom, he probably want to go fight. So that's why John Morant did what he did. Not saying that he was right or wrong, but there's a different way to go about doing situations. This last incident with the gun situation, John, I can't help you on this one. You know, I did back you on the last one. I was like, yo, do better to be better. But this last situation you had, I don't know what's going on with you. The commissioner, who is user-friendly, too user-friendly in my opinion, but he even said that he's gonna wait till NBA Finals over to tell us what's going on with you. He said there's more evidence that's been found out, which is not good. He didn't say it was good or bad evidence, but you know, when you say it like that, it don't sound really good for you, John. You know what I'm saying? And only thing I'm saying to you, young man, is you live and you learn. But bro, you're about to blow generational money away. And what I mean by generational money, if anybody don't know what generational money is, what I'm talking about is generations after generations after generation after generation after generations were loot. You see what I'm saying? That means generations 5 times are going to be paid. Only thing I gotta do is do the right thing, go to college, get education, and the money's there for them to do whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Generational money, that's what you're blowing, bro. They said they were setting you up to be the next face of the NBA. And this is what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You got people out there that say, I bet you that blah 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 blah. He blah 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 blah. You know how they talk about us like that. You know how they talk about us. Only thing we do, give them an inch, they take a foot. Give them a foot, they take a mile. Give them a mile, they take 4 miles, 5 miles to talk about us. Only thing you do is giving them energy to talk negatively about you. You're not, to me, I don't think you're a bad person. You just make bad decisions. And in the middle of making when you make one bad decision, and this is what I tell the kids at school. You're not a bad kid. You just make bad decisions. But if you continually make the same bad decisions over and over again, then you become a bad person or a bad kid. John, you made the same mistake twice. You're on that level. You're on that level, bro. You're really on that level. And I'm hoping and praying that the help you're getting is going to help you grow, because there is going to be a suspension coming. There's some people that want to make an example out of you and say 25 games or more. And it may be, and the thing about it is, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I like you. I want to see you do well. But this is the thing. If I'm the NFL, I gotta make an example out of you. I'm giving you half a season off, 40 games, 42 games. You play 41 games. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I can see that the team can win without you. They can play with you, they can play without you. They're a very good team. Are they a better team with you? In some instances they are. Are they a better team without you? In some instances they are as well. They went on they went 10-1 one time when you was out. So now that goes to show you that, do they really need you in Memphis? Could Memphis go ahead and say, yo, you know what? We tired of this. We're gonna trade you somewhere. And you're gonna get a bag for you're gonna get some nice draft picks, baby. I mean some nice ones. Some nice one for Ja. Because if I'm Ja and you trade me, oh, I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm gonna show you that I can be the man that I need to be. Even though I wasn't there in Memphis, wherever you trade me to, I'm gonna show you what type of man I'm gonna be, especially on the basketball court. And on the basketball court, I'm gonna show you how grown up how I become, because now I have a family. I have something motivating me, something to actually really motivate me to be better at what I need to be better at. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm John Morant, that's my mind thought. But if I'm the Memphis Grizzlies, do I want to keep you around? Because we know we can win without you. You know what I'm saying? But if the NBA wants to set the precedence and they go 41 games, you know everybody else gonna get license to carry, and they ain't gonna show it. They're gonna put that gun away unless they need to use it when they need to use it. But again, Ja, what you need to understand is this, right, brother? You are a role model to kids you don't even know who they are. You got kids. I see little kids at basketball practice. I'm Ja Morant shooting the three. I'm Ja Morant with a reverse layup, and they calling out your name, bro. They saying your name. I am Ja Morant. You know what I'm saying? So you want to keep a positive outlook on these young men that is your idol. Now, if you listen to your boy Charles Barkley said, I ain't nobody's role model. Your dad and mom should be your role model because they're the ones that work hard every day. I'm not your role model. That's Charles Barkley speaking. I ain't never heard nobody say, I want to be like Charles. I heard people say I want to be like Mike. I heard people say I want to be like Tiger. I heard people say I want to be like LeBron. I heard people say I want to be like Tom Brady. I heard people say I want to be like Jim Brown, like Emmitt Smith. I want to be like all these guys. This is what I'm hearing. These are things I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? That these kids are wanting to be like, right? So Ja, they want to be like you as well. So you have to be better. You have to do better to be better in order for you to achieve the goals that you need to achieve as a professional athlete. Because right now, the path that you're running on is not a good path. You know what I'm saying? And you have a commissioner. You better be glad that Roger Goodell is not the commissioner of the NBA. It'd be a done deal. Who we got on the line with us? Is that Dana?
Yes, sir.
All right. We got you on for an hour now. So I've been doing all this talking for the last hour. So What's on your mind, Dana?
Oh, what's on my mind? I had my homework done. I was ready for my game. But the first thing I was gonna do, but I'm not home yet. I'm just leaving. I just wanted to check in so I wasn't leaving hanging. You know, prayers go out to the homie's mother, Big Mo. So that's what, let's go Dolphins. And I'm ready to join in.
So since I got you on the line right now, I did Penn State's schedule. I got Penn State losing one game to Ohio State. I have them going 11-1, and that puts them in the playoffs. So I got your team. The what you call it? The U.
The Hurricanes, greatest university on earth.
Miami Hurricanes. I kind of like the Hurricanes. I kind of like the Hurricanes too because they had a dude by the name of John Harris on their team, who I thought was descendant of James Harris that played. I mean, yeah, James it was a son or the grandson of James Harris who played for the Los Angeles Rams. Was a reason. He's the reason why I was a Rams fan because of James Harris. Black quarterback, wore number 12. Back had an arm, had a shotgun in the arm. Took him to the playoffs, but couldn't win the Super Bowl. Couldn't get past the Minnesota Vikings, or couldn't get past the Dallas Cowboys, couldn't get past none of those teams. But he was my boy. So Dana, I'm gonna give you the name. I'm gonna give you the name of the team. I'm gonna tell you if the game's home or away, and I want you to give me your honest opinion on if they're gonna win or not. So they played Miami of Ohio. Is that a win?
Penn State.
No, this is your club, Miami.
Oh, yeah, that's a win.
You got Texas. You got Texas. You got Texas A&M. That's at home.
Ooh, that should beat us down. We couldn't even throw a touchdown. But I said we bet this year. I'm gonna go ahead with the Canes.
Then you got Bethune-Cookman at home.
Duke.
Bethune-Cookman, HBCU.
Oh, Bethune-Cookman. That's a win for the Hurricanes.
Then y'all gonna move. Ooh, y'all moving up to the north in September. Y'all coming up to the north in September. September 23rd.
Yeah, man.
That's the weather gonna still be decent September 23rd. Y'all need to come up here a little bit later.
You ain't like the Hurricanes. You ain't like the Hurricanes were never the Hurricanes. It didn't matter. It didn't matter where the Hurricanes played. They always raised things when they came. After the NCAA rules were changed to the Miami Hurricanes. Do your research. Do your research. 30 for 30. All about the youth. All about the youth.
Okay. So you're coming to Pennsylvania, you're playing at Temple. Now I'm gonna tell you this. I got a young man from Harrisburg High, Mr. Williams, that's on Temple. He's a freshman. I'm hearing he making some noise out there. He played in the I guess they call it red and white game or crimson red. I don't know what they call it. I don't know what Temple color is. But he used to make some noise. And they play up in Philadelphia against Temple. I think you
Hurricanes?
Yes, September 23rd.
That might be one of those games.
You say
so I might say a loss. I might say a loss due to all that other stuff they beat. I want Miami to start tough.
Okay. Next
after they lost to Alabama, they started winning, but then they got crashed back down to earth.
Next up, you got.
I forgot who beat them when they happened.
Next up, you got Georgia Tech at home.
almost beat us last year. See, our conference play us tough because of who we are.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go with the Canes due to the game being home.
Okay, then you got Mosey on the Chapel Hill, North Carolina, play them Tar Heels. What you got for that?
You said they play. Okay, they're gonna lose that.
They're gonna lose the Tar Heels?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna lose the Tar Heels.
Okay. Now you come up to the big boys, but you got them at home. Them Clemson Tigers. They ain't what they used to be, but they ain't what they used to. They ain't what they used to be, but they ain't what they
lose that too.
Oh, so they gonna lose 2 in a row?
Yeah.
Okay. Then y'all got Virginia at home.
We'll win that one.
Oh, you know what? You got NC State. I think NC State is I think that might be Mo's team. NC State, you go to Raleigh, North Carolina, play NC State. Who wins that game?
I think NC State win that one by 3.
Okay. Then you got your Florida Gators. I mean, you got your Florida State Seminoles in Tallahassee. That's gonna be a knockdown, drag out fight to the end. Cause y'all know how y'all get when y'all play these two teams.
It all depends on our quarterback play. And last year they already ahead of us. So I'm gonna go FSU.
You said that's a loss?
That's a loss, yeah.
Then you got the Louisville Cardinals coming to a Hard Rock Stadium.
We will beat Louisville.
Then last but not least, you got BCU, Boston College, at Hard Rock Stadium.
We'll win that one too. Canes will win that one too.
Okay, so we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses. Looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 and 5.
7 and 5.
7 and 5. That puts you on the bowl game. That puts you on the bowl game. Then that puts you on the bowl game. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes.
So you told me to be honest.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. Hey, so since you don't have nothing with you right now, we're gonna get off target a little bit and ask you. We're gonna ask you an opinionated question.
Okay.
Which quarterback in the NFL right now has the most pressure to win? I'm not saying win a Super Bowl, but win. And okay, let's say they make the playoff.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with my quarterback.
You think Tua has the most pressure?
Yeah, Tua has the most pressure. Like, we had his defense for you, we had his weapons for you, and we took up your 5th-year option.
Okay. So these are the players, these are quarterbacks that have the most pressure to step up and win. I think Tua does. He has to step up and win, but he needs to be healthy. Health is a factor for Tua. Kyler Murray, I don't know if he's gonna play this year. They're saying he's still recovering. So
You ain't torn ACL, right?
Yep, I'm gonna put recovery for him. Josh Allen, I think there's pressure for him to win.
I think Dak and Tua.
I think he needs to come through. Dak Prescott. I don't really know if there's pressure on him to win. To be honest with you, I still think it's Philly's I still think it's Philly's division to lose. I don't know if there's a lot of pressure on Dak. I would say there's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure on the backfield because you don't have Ezekiel back there, and you don't know when the other running back's going to be healthy. So I don't think there's a lot of pressure on him. And plus, now he has a new offensive coordinator in McCarthy. So I got to put a question mark behind him.
Yeah.
Joe Burrows, I don't think there's no pressure on him. He I don't think there's no pressure on him, Dana, because Joe Burrow's gonna get the bag regardless, because he took him to a Super Bowl. Justin Herbert has a lot of pressure on him. I mean, tremendous amount of pressure on him. I don't know if they took up his option this year or not, but he has some pressure that needs to be put on him. What you think about Justin? You think Justin got some pressure?
Nah.
Okay.
He'll be all right.
Aaron Rodgers.
Once he get that new money.
Okay.
Once he get that new money, the pressure fall back on him. He all right. He just missed the Super Bowl getting blown out by the Chiefs, right?
No, they lost to
they beat Buffalo. Yeah, they lost to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship.
Not the Chargers. Chargers lost somebody else. They was up.
You said
Chargers.
I thought you said Burrow.
No, Justin Herbert.
Oh. Yeah, this make a break for him.
Okay.
But he one of those that they're gonna give a chance because I think they're gonna pay him too. He's breaking the bank too.
Yeah, I want to see if this guy get more than Lamar Jackson did. Speaking of Lamar, I'm sorry. Aaron Rodgers.
Hold on.
What do you think about Aaron Rodgers? Do he got pressure on him or not? I think Aaron got a lot of pressure. I think Aaron got so much pressure that the pipes are going to burst. And what I mean by that is you cater to everything he wants. You brought in a wide receiver that he wanted. You brought him in. You drafted well to protect him. D. Hopkins is not going there. I think D. Hopkins is already settled in going to the Cleveland Browns. They just got to come up with the money right now to give him exactly what he wants, if that's the issue. So, we're gonna add Deshaun Watson to this list. So Aaron gonna have a great defense. He'll have skilled players at the skill position that he. Now I didn't say I'm not saying he didn't have skill positions when he was at the Green Bay Packers, but he didn't have. They did not draft skill positions for him in the first round. That's a difference. That's a complete difference. So I think there's a lot of pressure on Aaron Rodgers. Deshaun Watson, he gets a full year to practice with the team, to get behind the center, to get the feel for what he has. If I'm gonna say this, well, if they get DeAndre Hopkins, it's over. Period. You see what I'm saying? Over. Period. With Amari Cooper, and you got the one slot receiver, I can't think of his name right now, for the Browns, and you got Nick Chubb. You got Chubbs in the backfield. You got Nick Chubbs in the backfield, and I think they do bring back the other running back, Kareem Hunt. Then you got Njoku as a tight end. Got a great offensive line. Defense is coming around. You drafted defensively smart in the draft, so you're gonna have skills. You're gonna have skilled position players playing defense. So if D Hop goes there, over, period. But there's pressure on Deshaun Watson because he gets a whole year to learn the offense and everything else like that. But to me, the number one player that got the most pressure is Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson got to come through. The dude practically wins every time he plays. You know what I'm saying? If you look at his percentage of winning, he's right up there with the best of them. It's just that he can't stay healthy, ladies and gentlemen. That is his biggest problem. I hope and pray that he doesn't get injured this year, because I like to see him play a full season with the weapons of Odell Beckham, Mike Andrews, They got up there another Brown. I think they got another one. I can't think of Robert too. And you got some good running backs. And the problem with Baltimore Ravens, man, is they can't stay healthy. They just can't stay healthy, and it's not good. It's a morale buster. But again, you got a great coach because he motivates guys you pick up off the street to come out and play, and they compete. In games at the very end, regardless if the talent, if they're not the they don't have all the talent, but they're still in games, and you got to give credit to the coaching for that. I'm not a Harbaugh fan, but I'm telling you this right now: if he ever will leave Baltimore, if Brown needs a coach or the Rams need a coach, they better go after him. See what I'm saying? They need to go after him because that guy's a motivator. He might be a little rough around the edges, but when you get guys that you got third string quarterbacks, you're getting guys off the street just strapping them up, you come out there and you're still competitive, that says a lot to the coaching staff. You know what I'm saying? It says a lot to the coaching. So hopefully Lamar Jackson can get it in, get it in and get on. But I think he has the most pressure because he got the bag, ladies and gentlemen. He got the bag. So we'll see where that goes with him. We can see where that goes. I guess Dana had something else he had on his mind to do, but we're still here. We're here for another 30 minutes, I think, 30 some minutes. So we're gonna get back to some more basketball. So Damon Lillard has listed his Oregon house for sale, $7 million. Did anybody care to think that Damon Lillard's leaving? He got a new contract, and see, this is where I need for you to understand something here. And this is the same thing that happened to the Phoenix Suns. Because to me, the trade they did with Kevin Durant in the middle of the season wasn't a good trade. Because you couldn't plentify your bench players because you got rid of your bench players in order for Kevin Durant to come there to get the money to match. If David Lillard is going to leave, it's going to be before the season starts. But he's not going to leave during the season because there's so many pieces that you got to involve in him leaving. That's why I thought the Kevin Durant situation might have took it. It might have been a third team, and I know the Lakers trying to get involved in that third team deal, to make some moves as well. And I gotta give Pelinka credit for what he did with the Lakers and how the Lakers came back and was pretty much a good team until they ran into Dallas Mavericks. Ran into the Denver Nuggets, right? He did a great job with that. He should have got Executive of the Year, in my opinion. And we're going to talk about the Coach of the Year again because I still don't agree with the Coach of the Year. I don't care what nobody say. But Damian Lillard, if he gets traded, it got to be before the season because there's going to be so many parts that it's going to be a lot of parts that's going to come along with that trade. And if you trade him at the beginning of the season, if you trade him before the season starts, now you can fill out the roster of what you want to fill. You bring Damian Lillard to your team. Whatever team he goes to, he's gonna attract other free agents that want to play with him because they know that team has the opportunity, a great chance of winning the title because he's going to a title contender. Trust and believe me, he's going to a title contender. I wouldn't be surprised if the Sixers were to make a move for him, because he's mentioned about the Sixers. He's talked about Joel Embiid. That would be a feather in the cap with Damian Lillard, and we know Damian gets the Celtics. He gives them troubles all the time. Trouble, as Brittany Mac say, you in trouble, trouble. If Damian Lillard comes to the 76ers, count them in. You can put them. I don't care what Miami got coming back next year. They cannot. That's oh my Lord. Damian Lillard, Maxey, and Embiid, and they probably want Maxey, but you gotta keep Maxey out of that deal. You gotta keep Maxey out that deal. But that's the only way I think that he may end up going somewhere. Kyrie Irving is trying to talk LeBron James to come into the Dallas Mavericks. Ladies and gentlemen, all thing I can say is wishful thinking. Because if LeBron is getting traded, who on that team other than Luka would the Lakers want? Who would they want? I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know. And the Kyrie Dallas Mavericks not planning on accommodating Kyrie sign and trade situation. You went to Dallas, and I gotta say about Kyrie, dude. You all about you. I ain't mad about that. I'm saying you all about who you are as a player, as a person. And I don't doubt that at all. I mean, you probably one of the greatest people on earth. But to think that Dallas Mavericks going to sign and trade you, they got to get a boatload back for you. And Kyrie, what we see is that you can score with the best of them, but you can't play defense. But you play defense with the worst of them. So my thing is, you have to be able to do both at some point in time. You got a handle that's out of this world, it's crazy handle, but you're not Steph Curry. Steph Curry defense is his offense. You know what I'm saying? You're not that type of dude. You got knee problems, you got back problems, you got mental problems. Some people say, I don't think nothing wrong with you mentally. I just think you just say stuff like we said the world is flat. I don't know about that world being flat. Because the world is flat, then you will fall somewhere. I don't know about the world being flat. Now I do know that if you're going to go to the Asian hemisphere of the world, that you go west. I don't know why they go west, but I know they go west. But if you go on to Europe area, like Australia, you go east. Some people fly up around Greenland, come down the other side, Germany, Iceland, all that stuff over there, Holland, all that country over there, they fly down that way, and then they drop you off to where you drop you off. But the, if you if you fly past North Pole, you gonna fall off. So if the world is flat, where's all the water going? Does it fall off? I don't know, Kyrie. That's you said that. But anyway, Kyrie, they're not gonna do a sign trade for you. They would like for you to stay, take the money and run with it, but you gotta get better. And the thing about it is, Kyrie, you're not the reason why the Dallas Mavericks did not get better. It was Luka. Your numbers were better than Luka's. And the thing about it is, Luka has to get used to having a ball dominant point guard like yourself on your team. It definitely could work out for you guys. It can work out for the best for you guys. You just got to find the right pieces to put around you. And I think Dallas is a good team. Are they a contender team? Yes, they are. What's the difference between Luka and Joker? I want to know. Somebody tell me what's going on with them because they both carry their teams. You know what I'm saying? So Kyrie, you want to do a sign and trade? It's not going to happen with that. It's not going to happen with that team. Congratulations to the Philadelphia 76ers of getting Nick Nurse, who had won a title with the Toronto Raptors. And I'm gonna say this, Philly. I ain't gonna say take it to the bank. I'm not gonna say take it to the bank. But I'm gonna say this. Nick Nurse won a title. Who did he win the title with, ladies and gentlemen? If you don't know, y'all go speak it out. Y'all can just shout it out if you want to. Call in 512-543-4662. Call in and tell me who you think they won a title with. If you don't know, I'll tell you. Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard won a title with the Toronto Raptors. Since then, he hasn't been playing at all. If you go in a dictionary, ladies and gentlemen, you go to the dictionary and look up low management, that's whose face you're gonna see. Kawhi Leonard for low management. Now all y'all know next year gotta play so many games to be considered MVP, the sixth man, the defensive player of the year, Mr. Hustle, Mr. Comeback, whatever. I think it's like 60 games, something like that. I think it should be. I think it should be at least 72 games. I don't care. I mean, that's 10 games away from 82. But if you think about it, what's 10 games in a season? These guys are so doggone soft in the NBA. That's another topic for another day. Can't wait to get that topic. I can't wait till I get Mo on here in 2 weeks and get Dana back on here on the regular schedule. So we can talk about how soft the NBA has become. Playing zone. Who plays zone in the NBA? You say you're the greatest players of the world and you playing zone? Stop it. Stop it. Period. But anyway, getting back to Nick Nurse. I think that he might be wanting to get in contact with Kawhi Leonard and bring Kawhi Leonard to the 76ers. Because ladies and gentlemen, let's get real. He's the only one that can tame that line. He got him to play in Toronto, and they did a heck of a job in Toronto with Kawhi. NBA Finals one at a time. Now y'all gonna sit and say, "Well, Golden State got injured, goes in." Man, just let's stop it. Next man up. Bottom line, next man up. I want to know who got hurt in the playoffs for the Golden State Warriors before they met Toronto. I want to know who got hurt 15 games left in the season with Golden State. Before they got to the playoffs. I want to know. Tell me, who was it? I want to know. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just asking the question because somebody need to give me an answer. But when you go into the playoffs and you already got players hurt, you've already adjusted to the product that you have already, that you know that your adjustments has already been made. There's no more adjustments you can make because you have the team you have. And that's the team you're going to carry on to the NBA Finals, which was Golden State Warriors. They did that. So I just need to know. I could be wrong. I don't know. I remember when Kevin Durant did whatever he did. I don't know if it's a playoffs or not. And my thing is, if you lose a play in the playoffs like that, then it's hard to adjust. But come on, peoples. I don't think so. But I wouldn't be surprised to see my man in a Sixers uniform. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, is the referee, Eric Lewis. NBA opened an investigation into referee Eric Lewis over alleged Twitter burner account. Him and KD must be friends. Friends. How many of us have them? Let's be friends. They must be friends. And this is what it says right here. NBA opened an investigation into 19-year referee Eric Lewis over allegedly he used a Twitter account to respond to posts about officiating and defend himself and other officiating league sources confirmed ESPN. The NBA insider Mark Stein also reported about the investigation Friday. Lewis can face potential disciplinary if the investigation confirms he was behind a statement made on the account, as referees aren't always allowed publicly to comment on officiating without permission. The veteran officials made headlines in January when the crew announced it missed a foul in a contest between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Boston Celtics that would send LeBron James to the free throw line to a potential game winner. Instead, the Celtics won the contest 125-121 in the overtime game. James tweeted about Lewis' situation Sunday. Lewis has officiated over 1,100 games in 82 playoff contests. He's been assigned to 6 NBA Finals games since 2019. The last matchup he officiated was Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals between Denver Nuggets and the Los Angeles Lakers on May 16th. So we'll find out more about that. But Pat Bev, this is what Pat Bev said. This is what Pat Bev says about the referee. Let's read what Pat Bev said. Pat Bev says Patrick Beverly can resist posting extremely Patrick Beverly tweets this week. Chicago Bulls guard has fans rolling with a tweeted post on Saturday referring to the recent burner account allegations involving veteran referee Eric Lewis. The NBA launched an official investigation into Lewis for his supposed use as a Twitter burner to defend himself. You can read about the entire saga, including his allegedly burner account, was discovered here. So that means you got to click on it and read it. Beverly got into a fun but checkily tweeting, "Y'all laughed at me when I grabbed the camera. Yeah, right. Y'all ain't right. That is reference to the unforgettable scene from earlier this season when Beverly, who was on the Los Angeles Lakers at the time, brought the camera up to Lewis during a game protesting crucial miscall. Beverly would get a technical foul from Lewis for the stunt, but also ended up etching himself place into memory history forever. The NBA is now investigating Lewis for anything that he did while working games, but rather for, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, probably committing officiating publicly without authorization. So that was the dude that called a foul on, didn't call a foul on Jason Tatum for tapping LeBron James on the free throw when he went for a layup. Come on, stop with the. Come on, we can go back. Yeah, okay, whatever. We want to give my man Adrian Griffin kudos for being hired as the Raptor head coach. Adrian Griffin is the next head coach for the Toronto Raptors. I congratulate you, Adrian Griffin. Hope you do well. Only not against the Celtics, but everybody else, I hope you do well. Hope you do fantastic against everybody but the Celtics, brother. In other news, I'm skipping all over because this will be by myself today. Free agent running back Le'Veon Bell says he smoked marijuana 4 games. Where is Mo when you need him? Oh, Mo! Mo got to be more careful in Baltimore. Talking about your boy, Le'Veon Bell. Oh, where is that here? Oh, he said he smoked marijuana for every game. Before games in the NFL. Why has he never got piss tested? Why is it when Odell had a great game or somebody, the kicker kicked the 60-yard field goal, he get piss tested? Somebody scored 50-some points, he get piss tested. Le'Veon Bell, he was consistent. He's a consistent running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but doesn't get piss tested. So he thinks that somebody's gonna pick him up now because he's gonna fail the piss test. Why is Shannon Sharp leaving undisputed? Report beef with Skip Bayless over DeMar Hamlin. Other topics led to the FS1 exiting. If you ever watch Undisputed, Skip Bayless is the most biased individual I have ever witnessed in my entire life when it comes to sports talk analysts on national television. I even will say this. Malarkey. Shannon Sharp, longtime talk host, has co-host for ESPN, FS1 and Undisputed since the program debut in 2016. However, the partnership is set to end shortly after the 2023 NBA Finals. According to Sharp, he has reached a buyout for Fox, the parent company FS1, that will allow him to lead the network. He will also take his popular Club Shay Shay podcast with him. But why is Shannon Sharp leaving Undisputed after all these years? It would appear that the 54-year-old Pro Bowl Hall of Famer decision is related to the Kane relationship with longtime co-hosts. Why is Shannon Sharp leaving? Shannon Sharp has not yet announced exactly why he is leaving Undisputed. However, it appears that his departure is related to a tense relationship with Skip Bayless. Bayless and Sharp has been known to spar out air frequently, of course. This is the point that shows that there have been a few instances where there's seemingly been legitimate animosity between the pair. For example, the two once nearly came to blows when Sharp took offense to Bayless' characterization of a player's career. It came while Bayless took a shot at Sharp while praising Tom Brady for his lengthy career. This man is playing at a high level at 45 years old. When you stopped at 35, Bayless said, then that led Sharp to snap back to Bayless. Every time I call something into question, I get it. I did what I did. You make it seem like I was a bum, Sharp said. I'm in the effing Hall of Fame. I got 3 Super Bowl wins. So collection of minor incidents that look like toll of relationship. However, the friction between the long-term co-hosts reached a boiling point after DeMar Lemon's collapse during the Bills and Bengals Monday Night Football game, Week 17 of 2022 season. Bayless commented on DeMar's cardiac arrest seemed to signal the beginning of the end of Sharp-Bayless relation. After Hamlin's collapse, Bayless created a tweet about Hamlin's collapse that may deem insensitive. He recently blowback from many NFL players, both current and former, for expressing his thoughts about the continuation of the Bills and Bengals game, and Sharp was evidently upset by his co-host comment. Sharp did not appear on Undisputed day after Hamlin's cardiac arrest. When Sharp did return to the program, he attempted to address his absence, which was a protester's Bayless tweet. So basically, Bayless said that the game should have went on after the young man had a heart attack on the football field. Skip Bayless, you're an ass. That's simple as that. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. I'm keeping it real with you. There's more important things in sports, and living is one of them. Simple as that. It's just a cut and dry, bro. Shannon Sharp, I wish you the best of luck wherever you may end up going and having fun being where you're going to be at. Next up, the Chicago Bears are our next big step towards Soldier Field departure, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a Bears fan, you know you're not happy about this. Soldier Field is a landmark for the Chicago Bears. You know what I'm saying? What other landmark do you have out here? You made the Pittsburgh Steelers got a landmark. Let's look at the NFL and let's look at the teams. Let me see let's go to standings. Buffalo Bill, they get a new stadium, ain't a landmark. Miami Dolphins, not a landmark. New England plays not a landmark. Jets play in New Jersey, not a landmark. Cincinnati, not a landmark. Baltimore, not a landmark. Pittsburgh, landmark. Cleveland, not a landmark. Jacksonville, not a landmark. Tennessee, not a landmark. Colts, not a landmark. Texas, not a landmark. Kansas City Chiefs, landmark. Chargers, not a landmark. Raiders, not a landmark. Denver, not a landmark. Eagles, landmark. Don't move from there. Dallas, landmark. Giants, play in New Jersey, not a landmark. Washington, getting ready to get a new stadium. Minnesota Vikings, not a landmark. Detroit, landmark. Green Bay Packers, landmark. Chicago Bears, landmark. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, not a landmark. Carolina Panthers, not a landmark. Saints, landmark. Falcons, not a landmark. 49ers, not a landmark. Seattle's not a landmark. Rams, not a landmark. Arizona, not a landmark. So we got like 4 or 5 teams that have landmarks that you supposed to stay there. You don't move from there. Now, if you want to take Chicago, if you want to take the Soldier Stadium and you want to redo Soldier Stadium and put it in the dome, you can do that. We're cool with that. We're all right with that because nobody wants to play in cold weather no more. But to move them from Soldier Stadium and go somewhere else, man, no, that's not good. That's not good at all. It was a Hallis. He gonna jump out that green, slap somebody. You know what I'm saying? So this is what they're talking about here. This is what they're talking about. Chicago Bears took another step in the potential departure for Soldier Field Stadium. After acquiring 326 acres of property in Arlington Heights earlier in 2023, the Bears are moving on to making the construction of a new stadium in Chicago a reality. According to the latest report, the team has gotten permission to begin the demolishing of Arlington Park Racetrack, that is property that purchased by Jason Lizery of Chicago Sun-Times. The Bears are issued a permit on Friday with the demolition project set to begin next week. It is worth noting, however, that the permit that the Chicago franchise got is only for the demolition of the interior of the racetrack. In order to remove the interior of the racetrack, the team will also need to get a separate approval from Arlington Heights in Cook County. Despite the tedious process involving the project, it's certainly a huge step for the Bears to build a new stadium and entertainment district in that area. Hopefully, the Bears are able to keep the new stadium project going. To recall, in February announcement, the team did say that finalizing the purchase does not guarantee the land will be developed. There are still tremendous amount of due diligence work to be done to determine if construction on the enclosed state-of-the-art stadium in multi-purpose entertainment district is feasible. The Bears further this time. Chicago leases the Soldier Field Stadium to 2033, so the Bears still have plenty of time before the actual move out. They can also negotiate an early exit if the construction of the new stadium does experience any long delay. Now, I'm going to say this. Build that stadium for entertainment, but don't build it for the football team. If you're a Bears fan, you should be writing a citation right now saying, I want to stay in Soldier Field. I flew through Chicago one time, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm telling you, Chicago is huge. I mean, huge. I flew to Chicago, right? The football stadium was over to the right, right? 5 minutes later, I'm flying to Chicago. I don't even see the stadium. That's how big Chicago is. Yo, if you're a single dude in Chicago, you could date 5, 6 women in there when nobody know nobody, because that's how big that place is. It's huge. It's really huge. But that's a side note. But the thing about it is, I don't want to see Soldier Field go. I don't even know if it'd be okay to call it Soldier Field. Just put a dome on Soldier Field, ladies and gentlemen. Let them play somewhere else and put a dome. They can play in Illinois, Illinois Illini Stadium. They can play there for a year. Just redo Soldier Field, man. That's history. That's history in the making, ladies and gentlemen. That's history. Oh, excuse me. That is history in the making. So I'm like, come on. I mean, I'm not a Bears fan, but please don't take away the stadium. I mean, don't take it. I mean, don't take the Bears away from the stadium. That's all I'm saying. Don't take the Bears away from the stadium. Let the Bears stay. Fix the stadium up, and just fix it and let them play somewhere else, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I'm saying. I mean, because if I ever go to Bears Stadium and watch a game, I would do it in the summertime. I mean, September, October, nope. November, definitely not. December, no. I'm not doing it in December. I ain't kind of watching nobody in December unless I'm watching the Rams at home in December, or I'm down in Miami in December, or I'm down in Texas in December, or I'm down in North Carolina. I don't even know about North Carolina in December, but Chicago in December, can't do it. I just can't do it, ladies and gentlemen. I just can't do it. So we're gonna cut our show short because we got another show coming up. So if you guys are not aware, we have Star Talking Cowboys coming up from 6 to 8. I mean from 8 to 10. So I'm gonna get out the way so them guys can get yourself ready to go. But again, thank you guys for hanging in for me. Whoever was on the chat, thank you, Chris, for chatting with me. Anybody, we did the live because we owe you guys a live once a month, and we gave it to you. So we'll still give you another live at the end of the month again. Just got 2 in the same month. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'll give out my condolences to my cousin April Haston Richards for the passing of her, which was a surprise to me. Love you, cuz. Um, receive your wings. While you're up there, say hello to Aunt Jenny, Uncle Babe, Aunt Sis, Aunt Dorothy, Aunt Teen, all the aunts and uncles that went on before us. Say hello to my mom and my son and all them other people up there, my dad, and just shout out, give him a shout out for me, to say, hey, Kev said what's up. He's still ticker still ticking down here, trying to still make him proud of what I do. Hopefully, my mom and dad is proud of me. My family's proud of me. I represent my family well. I'm a Dixon, but I'm an extension of the Spinners from Bena Vista, Virginia. That's where the Spinners came from. Also, I'm an extension of the Dandridge from, I think they're from Bena Vista, but also the Turners out of West Virginia. Turners from West Virginia. Yeah, my family tree is big, man. I'm telling you, I know my family tree from. I know it for a while. I can go back 7 generations, 8 generations, and me and my cousin Candace going down south to figure out one person on our generation on our list of people. We're gonna check them out. So we're gonna do that hopefully soon, and we can fill that gap in, and hopefully that gap fills into the other gaps, and then just have a big family reunion and cookout, and they have hamburgers, hot dogs, macaroni, salad, greens, and oh man, macaroni. I miss my grandmom's macaroni. Grandmom Hugh. She make the best macaroni, man. And you know what? My wife is close to that macaroni that she make. Ooh, my grandmom can make some macaroni and the greens. Oh man, the greens. Oh, they would melt my mouth. I can just taste them now, man. Grandma, I miss you. I miss your cooking. I miss you, but I miss your cooking too, man. Oh man. Ooh, you're making me hungry. I'm gonna make myself hungry just talking about all this food and stuff like that. But again, that's my family tree. You know what I'm saying? Also, give a shout out to Miss Emma Baskerville, Mo's mother, who's in the hospital for just a little while. Hopefully, get herself together, get her on home, and make sure she's comfortable. Mo's a good son. He gonna do what's right by his mom, as we always do. Also, ladies and gentlemen, it's June. Don't forget Father's Day. Don't forget Father's Day. Listen, if you got a father and you bring him a tie without a handkerchief, you're wrong. If you bring your father a handkerchief without a tie, you're wrong. If you buy your dad a shirt without a tie, without a handkerchief, you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. Don't do dads like that. I know dads are way in the back. But don't do dads like that. Don't do dads like that. Again, I want to say happy anniversary to my wife, 25 years. It doesn't seem that long. Seemed like just yesterday she was walking down the aisle with that tight white dress on board. Them hips was moving to the left and to the right. Man, I had tears coming out my eyes and had snot rolling out my nose, had blow my nose, everything. She looking all good, sexy and fine, baby. Woo, she was looking good. I just want to say, I love you. I always love you, no matter what. You complete me. And you know what? You had me at hello, long time ago. But again, without you, there's no me. You have made me, you helped me become the man I've become. And I appreciate you. I love you. And I just want to let you know that, let the world know how much I love you. Leslie R. Dixon. Love you. with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here so we can get to the next show. Enjoy it. Have fun. And we'll see y'all. We might see y'all. We won't see y'all again until. We might do a show on Juneteenth. We might do a show. Not then we'll probably do it that next day, that 20th or something like that. Might do another day. I don't know. You know, we'll just figure out as we go along. You know what I'm saying? But Juneteenth is a hot day, baby. Hot day for us African American folk. That black, red, and green. I just don't know. Gold in it looks so good. All right, let me get on out of here, ladies. I'm doing too much talking. All right, you guys take care. Love you guys. Be safe out there.
Thank you for listening to the Just Sports. You have been entertained in the sports world by K Dix from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with a large heart. Dana the Hater from St. Petersburg, Florida, and Mary E. Basketball from Baltimore, Maryland. We throw stones, and we do live in glass houses. Big time players, and big time games. So be ready. You have been listening to an Sports Talk Radio production. You can hear us again on FM.com from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to End the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Thank you for listening to the Just